Maggie, what's your take on blockchain, decentralized assets, and the capacity? Because you yourself have been a disruptor. How vulnerable are traditional fixed income markets to really being blown up by somebody other than a big bank?
Technology is here to solve a problem. So what is a problem in supply chain? Supply chain nowadays, let's say if I'm a manufacturer, I have many level of subcontractors. So my first level of subcontractors will have the ability to maybe borrow from a bank. But the second, third, and fourth subcontractor, which is a mom and pop shop, they don't know that they're connected with me. With the blockchain capability, we can create that ecosystem. We can make it a closed loop digital credits, and me as a big conglomerate, when I make a purchase to my first level of subcontractor, I can issue some digital credits to him, and him, when he goes to the next level of subcontractor, he can pass on some of that digital credit to the next level, and so on and so forth, so that the fourth and fifth and sixth level of subcontractor will get a digital credit, and then at the end of the day, if there is a need for them to borrow, they can always come back to me as a financial provider. I will authenticate the digital credits with the issuer, which is a manufacturer, and then it will facilitate my decision to lend to this 5th, 6th, 7th level subcontractor, which in the past has never been able to access to bank loans.
Because now they're trading off the credit rating of the anchor manufacturing company.
That's
William, why don't you give us your 2 cents on left field technologies?
I think ultimately technology is about cost savings, right? Improve efficiencies, more transparent, right? And in certain ways is instantaneous results, right? If, right, one day, right, an issuer, they want to issue bonds, right? They let people know 1 or 2 weeks in advance, hey, I'm going to issue bonds 5 years, 10 years at this type of range, right? People lock in, deposit the money. And then, for the syndication process or the distribution process, at the moment, right, the traditional way is, sales send out the messages, investors get the message, do the credit work, and then put in an order, and then the book bill lasts, 6-7 hours, sometimes even longer, and then the syndicate have to, syndicate how, this person gets so many bonds, that person gets so many bonds. The whole process can last almost 24 hours, right? It's a long and timely process. If there's some, a few years down the road, there's one platform where people, issuer can lock in, right, and announce to the public that, hey, I want to issue bonds, these maturities at similar pricing, investors lock in, put in the money, and then once the book's open, a few minutes after, right, everything is instantaneous, the deal is done, people get the money, and everyone's happy, right? That can cut out a lot of,
right. Similar to what ICOs do in that sense, in the processing of that.
Right.
In my opinion, if we can put the fixed income product onto our platform, we are not competing with the traditional incumbents. We are opening up a new market that's not there before, and accessing to customers who in the past have not had the opportunity to access this type of product. Of course, we ourselves are not experts in evaluating bonds, and that's why it's important for us to partner with institutions such as AMTD, who can provide us with all the due diligence informations and analytic capabilities for us to communicate. So the platform, what we could do is communicate the each of the bonds, pros and cons, the financial analysis to the end customers, and then they can decide whether individually they would like to participate in that particular bond. And no matter how big is that investment size, the investment size could be $5,000, $10,000, we will still take them through our platform, because the cost of operating a $50 transaction and a $5 million transaction to us is the same. So yeah, I would really like to push for that. That's my next target after the consumer loans.